When I get home from prison, Kimmy's gonna say, how we gonna earn a living? How we gonna get some pay? I'll reply with a little bit of anger. I'll earn my living as a stolen valor ranger. Stolen valor every hour. Super chats, that's my power. Blood, sweat, virtual danger. That's the life of a stolen valor ranger.
Kaiser, Kaiser, this is your father, the wit, god of bullshit. Go forth amongst the people of the earth and con them out of their money on YouTube.
Hello, Rob. Hello, Keeping the Swine. How's everybody doing this evening? Hopefully everybody's having a great Saturday. Been a pretty nice day here. Reached the low 70s today, which is nice. It's always nice when you can have a good day outside. So, hello, Scott. Like I said, man, been a beautiful day. We hit up a few yard sales today. Found some interesting stuff and everything. Something that's going to help us out quite a bit, actually. Which is really nice. It's always nice when you can, when you can find stuff that you can use. And happy birthday to Boo. Everybody say happy birthday to Boo, if you will, there. She's in the chat. Wish her a happy birthday. Today is Boo's birthday.
Happy birthday, Boo. Love you, baby.
Well, we found a video camera and a tripod and everything. And they wasn't for sure if the video camera worked and everything. And she says, well, give me $20. So I bought it. And the video camera works, and the tripod is amazing. The tripod itself, if I'd went and bought it new, was $30. And so can't really bitch about that. And then the camera, if I went and bought it new, was $100. So you can't beat that, especially when you find something for $20, you know. Yeah, we're all doing good, you know. Like I said, me and Mary went out in the country today and rode around, and I ran across that yard sale and everything. So that was pretty decent. I do have something I'm going to get into here in a few minutes, but I just wanted to kind of have a chat with everybody and just, shoot the shit before I just jump right off into the deep end. I found something today, and I'm going to be playing a little bit of it for you and giving my thoughts on it. It does have to do with the current Gibson County Sheriff. Now, keep in mind what I found. This person's opinion is a little more extreme than mine. They are a person of color, and they gave a very harsh opinion of the sheriff. Yes, this is the one where you have to raise your hand. This is the Gibson County Sheriff's Department, and this guy gave his opinion upon the sheriff's department down there, and I wanted to bring this to y'all. Like I said, keep in mind, this man is a person of color, and their opinion is a little extreme. Not necessarily agree or disagree with them, but I will give my thoughts and opinion. And then I got a little bit of throwback footage for yous and everything. And if we get time, I'm gonna go into some other stuff. But yeah, we're fixing to hit the ground running, and we'll have some more content coming out because I've got some questions that I need answered. Well, I'll say that I'd like to have answered. I don't know if they'll get answered, but we'll see. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button. Share this out if you would. Really means a lot. Super chats are open there if you want to help with a goal, or the PayPal and all that stuff is pinned in the top. Appreciated, but not expected. Appreciate that, Swine. If you'd like to become a member and not, just the membership's only 99 cents. Gonna start having some stuff there also, and we're just getting really started really good back into this. And I've got some stuff that needs to be done in that, and not going to let it go what they've done. They're either going to hate me or they're going to answer some questions. One of the two. They may do both. They may hate me and answer some questions too. Who knows? But without further ado, let's get into this.
No further than Gibson County, Tennessee. This place is basically the poster child for the kind of rural reprobates that I'm constantly telling you about. Now, a guy named Paul Thomas got himself elected sheriff of Gibson County as an independent. Now, what needs to be remembered is that he's actually aligned with the Republicans, but the local GOP candidates had more support than he did, so he positioned himself as a disruptor of sorts. And his political pivot worked. But like most of these crooks, he wanted to go into politics so that he could engage in the same old kind of dirty dealings. In 2020, now Sheriff Thomas and some friends started 3 businesses together, which they would use in order to get money from the government and put it in their own pockets. One of them was a so-called staffing company called Alliance Staffing Group. They should have called it Unholy Alliance Staffing. They were allegedly set up to provide staffing to local businesses. What they did was to lend out inmates at the jail to work on behalf of unscrupulous business figures like the ones that Thomas was partnered up with. Instead of having the inmates' wages deposited into an inmate trust account like he was supposed to, Sheriff Thomas decided to take the inmates' wages and deposit it into a private account owned and controlled by the Alliance Group. And that's just the...
Now, think about that for a minute. Now, if that doesn't say that you had wrongful intentions in the beginning, I don't know what does. I mean, this is some crazy shit. I mean, you can't make this kind of stuff up. Unfortunately, Hollywood can't even write a script this good.
The money that they bothered to track down, $448,000. You know it had to be far more than that. Well, you can't have slaves without slave quarters, so Sheriff Thomas and his pals also set up a second company called Orchard House Transitional Home, which was supposed to provide housing for these prisoners. Now, Orchard House is one of these so-called faith-based organizations. So when you see the white right talking about how they want more faith-based initiatives, that means to use the church as a clumsy front for these money schemes. When Orchard House opened, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee himself toured the facility, and he said it was an example of what he wanted to do statewide. So this place had the personal stamp of approval of the governor. He knew about it.
So, think about this. The governor at the time approved and said that we needed more stuff like this. So the corruption goes past the sheriff. Crazy how that works, huh?
Sheriff Thomas allowed 74 Tennessee Department of Corrections inmates held in the Gibson County Jail to reside at Orchard House without proper approval from a judge. The indictment says that he continued to show the jail as being the inmate location when the reality was they were actually over at Orchard House.
So this goes back to what the lieutenant said to us when he said he didn't care if the judge told them to go throw my sister out. That's not how it worked. You see what I'm saying? The sheriff didn't even bother to notify the judge that these inmates were just willy-nilly all over the damn place. So you got the sheriff who don't care what the judge says. You got the lieutenant that don't give a damn what the judge says. So, yeah.
But that didn't stop Sheriff Thomas from having the county collect over $500,000 in reimbursements from the State Department of Corrections. Sheriff Thomas then ordered that the county give that money to his Orchard House without the state agency's knowledge or consent. Now, of course, we know nothing happens in a vacuum under white supremacy. So when they say things were done without their consent, that means we deny all knowledge of this dirt that we had full knowledge of. Remember, the governor himself had gone out to Orchard House and he praised it as a model for the state. So how is it that nobody knew? The state comptroller's office said that Orchard House was neither attached to the jail nor staffed by jail personnel, and no contract existed between the county and Orchard House. So this guy was setting up front companies to act as a big net for government contracts and an embezzlement scheme. These are red state values here. Sheriff Thomas also didn't disclose his ownership interest in Alliance in his annual filings with the Tennessee Ethics Commission, but the words ethics and Tennessee don't belong in the same sentence to begin with. Now, keep in mind, he wasn't supposed to be able to do this without a judge signing off on it, so there's been no oversight, or more than likely the judge was in on it. You know how these good old boys are. These inbreds all know each other. They're all related to each other. Their family trees are one gigantic knot.
Okay. So this guy's getting a little extreme. I don't necessarily agree with what he said there, but you kind of get the gist of where this is going, right? Basically, he's pointing out what I've been saying the whole time and everything. He's laying it out there, and that I appreciate that. Even though his opinion's a little radical, but y'all kind of get the gist of where he's going with it.
And the white media out there had to have known, but they said nothing until indictments were handed down, and they're already in the process of downplaying it. Now, if a black politician sneezes, they get arrested or indicted, and it's national news. You got guys like the Sheriff Thomas, though, running around having whole slavery rings, and it's treated as a one-and-done story and forgotten. Not surprisingly, Massa Thomas, the plantation owner, won re-election in 2022. And that was about the time when the feds finally awoke from their coma long enough to actually look into all the dirt he'd been doing. Surprisingly, he's been arrested and indicted in two separate counties, Gibson and Davidson, on at least 22 charges, including forgery, computer crimes, and theft. Now, before we go any further, he should have been indicted on slavery charges, too. The 13th Amendment says neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the parties shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. The operative term there being except, which we all know nullifies everything that came before it in a sentence. So the 13th Amendment ought to read, slavery and involuntary punishment for crime shall exist within the United States and anywhere subject to its jurisdiction, because that's certainly the way that it's played out in practice. Slavery was a public and private sector institution, but under the 13th Amendment, it was restricted to only a state institution. So John White couldn't own black people anymore, but Uncle Sam could, as could the local sheriffs, which is why chain gangs proliferated after Reconstruction, and the U.S. government has done nothing about it. But as we've seen, even private white citizens can get in on the act, and they have, having their own private plantations with black children being on them. Neither those two animals in West Virginia nor this rotten sheriff have been indicted on charges of enslaving anyone. You notice that? In fact, when have you ever heard of anyone being indicted for violating the 13th Amendment? All you get is some unlawful imprisonment law, but who has ever been arrested or charged with violating the 13th Amendment? Does it happen? And yet we have case after case after case of it happening today. Slavery in the U.S., not in the 1930s or 40s or 50s, but today in the 21st century. Slavery didn't go away. And
which brings me to my point. You know, this guy's not far off. Although it's not just persons of color. It happens to everybody and everything. Even though, you know, he's right. But it happens to everybody. When you are arrested, you are subject to being put on a road gang or something to that nature, unless it's a real violent crime. And, you know, yeah.
This is why we're owed reparations. When slavery rings can freely operate, the authorities at the state level can be fully aware of it, and people can run from state to state with black children as their prisoners. When sheriffs are also doing the exact same things, this is not some anomaly. This is state policy, and only an idiot needs for it to be spelled out or for someone to come up with a confession for it. Now, we're told as black people all the time that slavery's been over for 150 years, and black people have nothing to be aggrieved about. Slavery is gone, racism's all but dead. Where in America do you see anyone owning black people as property? And yet we keep seeing example after example after example like these. And these are just the ones that have come to light. You know, there's a ton of others that even the white media has been able to successfully bury. We'll continue with the moment of truth in just a moment, but first, a word from the official sponsor. This Sheriff Thomas guy isn't the first good old boy sheriff to be indicted from that area. In fact, just a few years ago, another Gibson County Sheriff, Chuck Arnold, pleaded guilty to charges including fraud.
Now, you remember I talked about the former sheriff before Thomas, where I was telling you he was indicted, listen, guys, on 113 felonies. Gibson County, you know, and it details he pled guilty to charges including fraud, theft, forgery, official misconduct related to the taking of drugs and money from and was sentenced to probation. 113 felonies and was sentenced to probation. Probation. Let that sink in a minute.
Theft, forgery, and official misconduct related to the taking of drugs and money from a jail medication fund. So criminality is not just some anomaly at the Gibson County Sheriff's Office. It's a job requirement. Oh, by the way, on a side note, former Sheriff Arnold, he didn't see a day in prison. He was just simply sentenced to probation. This guy was convicted of fraud, theft, forgery, taking drugs, embezzlement, and all they gave him was mere probation. No jail time. And these are the same Republicans who talk about being tough on crime and how prosecutors have to stop.
Now, how many people in here believe that if you were convicted of 113 felonies, you'd get probation? How many of you would get probation if you were convicted? If you wasn't a law enforcement officer, would get probation and never see jail time? Well, the former sheriff, he didn't see no jail time. So the current sheriff is pretty much facing the same thing. And so do you think he's worried about facing jail time? No. Matter of fact, he'll probably get convicted and get to keep his job. He'll probably still be sheriff.
Stop giving criminals a slap on the wrist. Yet no Republican will talk about mandatory sentences for police misconduct. But then again, neither will the Democrats. And we all know why. Supporting police criminality is a bipartisan issue. Because both parties understand the real purpose the police serve, serving white supremacy and protecting the racial pecking order. And that it's done through violence. If the thugs in blue begin getting the idea that their extrajudicial murders and targeting of black people is no longer allowed, then the violence necessary to keep black people in check simply won't be there. And that's something that I need black people to understand. What is the law? Sure, it's a set of rules, but I mean, what is the law in practice? The state has a monopoly on the use of violence, or at least it tries to make sure that it does. That's important because the law is a list of things that the state says it's willing to put violence behind. That's the reason why even though civil law and criminal law often have different penalties, the one thing both civil and criminal law have in common is that at some point the state is going to send some knuckle-dragging degenerates with badges and guns to come after you if you're deemed to have broken those laws, or in the case of civil laws, if you don't pay whatever cost a court has ordered you to pay. That's what gives the law teeth. The understanding that the state can use its monopoly on violence to enforce whatever they put on the books. But of course, with black people, this state monopoly on violence goes way beyond that. We are targeted, assaulted.
It's not just black people. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you it's not just black people. It's everybody that doesn't bow down and kiss the boots and suck on that nightstick. I'm telling you.
Assaulted and routinely murdered for no offense at all. And it's people like this Thomas character who do it. And then you have judges who make it a point not to punish them. Yes, they see this as being a big perk of their job, but the level of psychopathic devotion they give to it indicates that for them, this has a far deeper meaning. Protecting police misconduct is a reinforcement of their racial double standard. This is how they reassure one another that they're on code and that the system of racial goodies, giveaways, and guarantees they put in place for themselves is still standing. And the white media's job is to ignore or excuse their criminality because they're the propaganda arm of white supremacy. And if they undercut the thugs in blue, or if they do reporting that causes changes to be made, then the system collapses. So the white media has to do damage control when these creeps get caught, and the rest of the time they just cover for them, or rather cover up. This is why the reputation of the police is in the toilet, and has always been so. The contempt the public holds for them is very well deserved. People aren't stupid. Even the ones who talk about that back the badge crap, which are mostly police or people closely related to them. You know the type. People who routinely depend on their inbred family members who are in law enforcement to get rid of traffic tickets for them or to get them out of a jam. They know what's really going on. The police who go into policing, by and large, don't do it to serve the community. They do it to serve themselves. You work a cushy little safe job for 20 years and you get to retire early. Most folks have to put in 40 years to get a pension, not the police. 20 years usually is enough. Then they go on and do some other job once they're in their 40s for another 20 years. So basically, by the time they actually, quote unquote, retire, they've essentially got 3 pensions from 2 jobs and Social Security. It's a mutual protection racket. But the people being protected aren't the public. Even the idiots who talk that Blue Lives Matter garbage, the people being protected are these criminal sheriffs, crooked judges, and law-breaking prosecutors. These felons are committed only to protecting themselves. Now, this may come as a surprise to most of America what's been going on, but that's because most of America isn't black. We can't expect them to understand the daily realities we have to deal with, and this is
Well, this guy, even though, like I said, I don't agree with everything that he said, he has some good points. And, pretty much sums it up. And pretty much sums it up with how the current law enforcement and the government officials treat everyday people. No matter what your fucking color or sex is, they pretty much treat you like you're nothing. You're garbage.
Man.
Yeah, I know, right? Charlie and them are barking. Jesus. So yeah, thought I would share that with you.
She's out there.
Uh-huh.
See, I'm not shit.
So what's y'all's opinion and thought about that? You know, it just goes to prove what I've been saying about this town and how backwoods and corrupt it is, how crooked it is. And, you know, evidence and facts don't lie. If I or you was charged with 113 felonies, I guarantee you we wouldn't get off with just probation. But evidently, if you're law enforcement, hey, you can get off. Oh, absolutely, bro. 100%. Let me put myself back over here. I don't like being that big on the screen. But see, these little towns and these little counties that we are dealing with are continuously getting by. And now you kind of understand why that lieutenant had the attitude that he had and everything, as far as, you know, how he talked to people and everything else. Because qualified immunity, for one, and two, even if he does something stupid, who's going to convict him? Who's going to convict him? But now you really kind of have a thought and idea of what we are dealing with. What kind of lame brain law enforcement we have, like I said, the knuckle draggers and everything. Whoops, sorry about that. Yep. And that's what happens. You know, simply asking questions and that will get your ass whooped. Get you thrown in jail. You know, digging further into this with Gibson County, I didn't realize how far into the corruption and bullshit that we was going to get into. You got a current sheriff that's indicted on 18 counts plus another, 22 in total. 22 felonies. The former sheriff, before him, was indicted on 113 and got probation. Probation. 118 felonies, and he got probation.
Well, that means somebody else can, whoever convicted him by Jordan, he had pull with them.
Well, it was Judge Agee. Judge Agee was the one that heard that case. Yeah, and unfortunately, Rob, that's the way it goes.
Well, you know, buddy,
What about it?
you doing all right today?
Oh, pretty good. You ain't got no weapons on you, do you?
I'm going to call.
Okay. All right. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hey.
No, the person that I thought had a firearms in the house.
That's my
Okay.
fiance. Me and her was the one that's living here. She's coming up here. She'll tell you. We're the ones that had it rented in that. So
Okay. All right.
been at night on the place.
Boo says, "Hi, Pop."
And you have to watch my daughter. She's a literal liar. She thinks she's a big
Who-
time lawyer and all that.
Who's your daughter?
Sabrina Burns.
Where's she at?
Right to understand right
Okay, that's her. Okay.
Huh?
His face on door.
No, you're not.
I don't want
Stay right here.
this in my house.
You stay right here. You're not gonna go up there and cause problems.
I'm not gonna cause no trouble.
You will if you go up there talking. Just stay down here.
Let them handle it.
Let them handle
That's
it.
what they're
I
here
got
for.
3 officers here.
She's sitting over
Right
here.
here, Daddy.
Come over here and talk.
Right here,
Yeah.
Daddy.
Go there and talk to them.
Yeah, come over here and talk to them. Talk to Miss Mary.
I'm on. I don't want to stand in the. I don't want to stand in the mud.
I don't stand in the mud. He don't want to stand in the mud, guys. Wouldn't want to mess up those pretty shoes.
Yeah.
Or is that the black and blue?
Yeah.
I've seen some of the deputies nowadays toting pink ones.
Yeah. That's because of your cancer awareness.
Yeah.
Type stuff.
That's pretty intimidating when you get locked up with pink handcuffs.
I wouldn't want to be handcuffed in pink handcuffs.
Right. I wouldn't either. What's your name, sir?
Paul.
Paul.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
I said thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm just recording. I know y'all are too, and I appreciate that. Just so we have it documented.
That's fine.
Tell us why we're here.
Okay.
Talking to
Yeah.
You.
See that?
Now, warning: if you are triggered very easily, you might want to go get some popcorn or something like that, because the next little bit is probably going to trigger you a little bit. So, watch.
This is
I'm talking to him.
this is
Why are
my
we here?
father and my mother's place here.
Huh?
Okay. My father has been in the hospital since December 31st. they've asked them these certain times and that, of course, you know, they're elderly. So they've moved. Okay. They went and rented an apartment. Yesterday, I was told that they were over here moving everything out of the house. Of course, I couldn't get over here yesterday. We come up here today, and they call the law. My father's guns is missing. My sister's guitar's missing. There's a smoker missing off the porch. I don't know what else is missing from inside the house. She can tell
I
you.
want my bedroom suit back.
Okay, just
I
stay
let her
calm.
have it. I was paying on it. But now I want the damn thing back.
Okay, just stay calm, honey.
Well, that's all civil. If you let her have it, it's hers now. If you want it back, you'll have to take her to court over it.
All right.
Okay?
But I don't know. We haven't been inside the house.
Just a second.
Okay. I don't know what else is missing from the house other than what I've told you so far.
Okay. All right. Well, she lives here,
Yes, sir.
so we can't kick her off the property.
Oh no, nobody wanted to kick her.
Well, she doesn't, but the landlord's already.
Just a minute. I'm just one at a time, sir. Yep. Go ahead.
Nobody said anything about she had to leave.
Okay.
Not us. The landlord said she told the landlord she'd be out by the 8th. Of course, I know that'll be between them.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's
And
the
I can't get a hold of Bennett.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
okay.
We were calling Bennett to get him over here.
They want to go in and see what's missing and then we
She
can.
doesn't want them in there.
It doesn't matter. They live here.
Yeah, but I live there. My
I
stuff's
live
still
here.
here.
Yeah,
I hadn't got my
all of
stuff
our
out.
all of our IDs are right here at this address.
Okay. Well, she said that y'all all moved out.
No,
No, I ain't moved
No.
out. I ain't got a bit of my stuff out of that damn
Bullshit.
house. You liar.
Why are you?
Cold one.
He gets
Did you hear me yelling?
upset. No, sir.
Then we're not
sorry,
going to
sir.
yell.
Sorry. He gets upset.
He heard me. He raised his
yeah,
voice.
just everybody just stay calm. There's no sense.
So we're not fired up, but when somebody else gets fired up, we get fired up. And typically when we get fired up, people go to jail. And I don't want to take nobody to jail. That's not my style. That's not the way I
I'm gonna
feel.
file charges because I know she's holding my gun and stuff.
Well, we don't know that.
Well, I do.
All right, but that's going to be a civil suit, okay?
Yeah, but she's the only one in the house.
Sir, that doesn't mean anything. Somebody else could have come out here and broke in and
No,
stole the
she
gun.
was here with covering up for her.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
My
I've never
tool?
met you before in my life, so we're trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together,
Okay.
okay? All right, sir. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, just Dad wants to get his stuff here and that's it.
Okay. All right. As far as the bedroom suit
Brian,
goes, she said she told me it's on your camera, it's
Yes,
on
sir.
mine,
Yes, sir.
it's on his that she give it to.
We're fucking.
Okay. If you want it back, you'll have to go through the civil court and get it back from her. That's all I can tell you about that. You have a question?
Can I say something?
Oh, absolutely.
She's paying us, right?
You remember when you was in school? Raise your hand if you want to be called upon. All right, go ahead.
Don't do that at me. Okay, she's paying on it, right?
Okay.
If she stops paying on it, they can.
Raise your hand if you want to talk, guys. Raise your hand if you want to speak. Like you're back in school.
And you're 7 or 8 year old. You're a little school kid, 1st or 2nd grade.
Come and get it
Start paying on what?
on the bedroom suit.
Yeah, it's
Was it a rent-a-center or?
Yeah.
Okay, That's totally on her.
yeah. You just
paying
call
on
and
it.
have them come pick it up on. That's it.
That's
No
it.
big deal. Yeah.
I mean,
So-
if it belongs to someone else, it's
That's it.
civil.
Correct.
We don't get involved in civil law.
Right.
Now,
We
am I
deal
right?
with deal with criminal law.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So she can keep me out of my house and get my clothes and stuff.
Fucking sold it.
They don't get involved in civil law. Okay. Miss a child support payment and see what happens to you. That's civil.
Yep.
But they say it's contempt of court
If you
miss it.
Yep.
But it's still a civil matter. Don't make a payment on your car and try to stop the repo man from coming and picking it up, and guess what happens? That's a civil matter.
Yep.
But guess what happens?
He'll still get it.
He'll still get it because these clowns will make you give it up. But it's a civil matter. We don't force in civil matters, they said. Bullshit.
then why do they serve civil warrants for them?
Yeah, why? Like he said, why do they serve civil warrants then if they don't get involved in civil matters?
Eviction notice is a civil matter.
Yes, it is.
They come and serve the eviction notice. They serve them every day.
Yep. This guy's a clown.
Stuff that's in there.
Calm down, Dad. Calm down.
Where do you live right
I
now?
live right here.
Why are we here then?
Because they
Because okay, let me tell you the whole story, okay? The 30th of last month, I had to call 911. They had to take me out of there because I had a bad infection. I've been in the hospital.
Okay.
All this has come up since my gun come missing and all that since I've been gone. My tools and everything else. While I was in the hospital, it's been stolen from here. Now
When
my
did you,
big
like,
smoker
when did-
that was there on the porch and everything.
How long have you not lived here?
Honey, I just
She just
moved
moved.
3 days
there.
ago.
Okay, then you don't live here anymore.
This
If
is
you-
my house
But
legally.
if you moved, you don't live
Yeah,
here
but
anymore, man.
she wasn't paying a damn thing here. I'm sorry, but I mean,
Squatters' rights. Like squatters' rights.
Yeah.
If she lives here and she has residency here, she gets her mail here. She's been here, under my understanding, since 2021. She lives here.
Uh-uh.
no,
No, she ain't been
Okay, well, I
She
don't
ain't
know
here.
that. I don't live out here.
No,
I don't
she
have a
ain't.
bedroom in this
we
place.
need to get a hold of the landlord, let him come out here and he can tell you everything.
Can
That's
you phone
absolutely
my
not.
phone?
Fucking fence.
Yeah, she has.
Oh, I need my phone out there on the floor.
Well, how long has she been here?
She's been here at least 5 months.
That's residency.
That's residency.
Yes, I know
then.
that.
It don't matter if it's 5 months or 5 years.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you.
Okay, well, stand by.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
She done moved out once and then they come back.
well,
DingDingDing.com.
under the state of Tennessee, if they've been here more than 72 hours, they've established a residency. I know that.
Without the landlord's consent.
Oh, that was the matter we seen coming by a while ago.
I'm trying to stay downwind of the cigarette smoke.
Yeah, you allergic to smoke.
No, I just don't like it.
Sorry.
Well,
I
get a
mean,
different
you-
job,
you're
there,
welcome.
dumbass.
Your vehicle, you smoke all you want. I'm just trying to stay out
Yeah,
of
you
it.
just don't want it in his face.
Understandable.
His poor little ass. We wouldn't want him to
That takes care of
Hmm?
that.
be infected by the cigarette smoke. Poor little
It
feller.
weighs about 25 pounds.
When I come down to do a record request for the body cam footage, which department do I need to go to for that, please?
Just go to the sheriff's department. I don't know that you'll get it unless there's a report done.
Okay, well,
But I mean, you're welcome to go ask for it.
we'd like a report done, please, sir. And that,
He said it. We
Well,
don't
I
know
mean,
unless there's a
it's their
report. And
call.
I said, well, we'd like a report done.
I'll ask.
They hate me.
You know,
They hated me because,
we'll have to
yeah.
have it anyway for a civil. You know what I'm saying?
Why wouldn't they gonna do a report? They would have made on call.
Yeah, it'll be the sheriff's department. You just go up there and
Sir, I
ask
appreciate you.
ask for Cody Childers. He's the captain.
Cody Childers.
Yes, sir.
No, I'm just documenting, like y'all, I'm just documenting it because they can.
Well, you got everything on. You probably have more on yours than I got on mine.
You
But it's just
probably
good to have
got
it.
more on yours than I do on mine.
I'm not an auditor or anything like that, but we exercise our judgment and rights very well.
Jesus.
And I also know people.
Fucking
See, that's the
dog.
thing. People don't realize, like, you're not gonna get nowhere by yell, screaming, and yell. It ain't gonna.
Not with the police, you won't.
No, sir. That's why I tell everybody all the time. If you think the police department are wrong by golly and that, go fight it in court.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's the best way you can do it.
No sense in getting a disorderly conduct charge.
Yeah.
Coffee, coffee. Poor little guy. He was coughing. Maybe he should have wore a mask. You know what? Maybe that's one of those law enforcement guys that should wear a mask all the time. You know? Maybe he should, because his little ego was bruised really bad. Poor little guy. He's fragile.
What all he's saying about it?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, they're on where you're at.
My TV's acting up. I don't know.
Woody, walk on the track.
Oh, yeah. Oh, poor little guy. How many people think that his little ego's fragile? You think his little ego is bruised a little bit, guys? Oh, no, it said my connection was unstable. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Had a little lag for some reason or other. Oh, no, it said my connection was unstable. Okay. Sorry about that.
Are there any children that live here?
No, sir.
So they don't have any children?
No minor children. Watch out, Peter.
Set 4 cop cars up and 2 people. You didn't do nothing to them.
Well, yeah, a man with a camera is scary. A man with a camera is scary.
Are there any of those Tyson chicken houses around here? Somewhere close by?
Tyson Chicken's houses around here, Dad?
I keep. I keep smelling something every now and then coming from that direction. That's just, or maybe somebody got some hogs or something.
Yeah, he's saying old number.
Find out it's where they dumped it. Big freezers out in the backyard.
Yeah.
What's in it? Can we get thing down there? Can we make a report when you're done? When we're done with what we're doing up here, we'll talk to you.
When we're done up here, we'll talk to you.
Shouldn't let me up there. I got the truth out of her. It won't be up there. She probably told him not to let me up there.
Concentrate fire on the target.
I was sworn to start with that officer. Probably opposition to give him a low job.
No.
What was she saying when he went around there?
That about there with the damn smoker.
Do you have your ID?
Yes, I do. Could you come hold this?
Do you have your ID, sir?
I didn't have a smoker.
Me and hers one down the house, lazy here.
Okay.
She,
Stay calm.
my daughter wasn't even on the leave.
It's fine, Dad. It's
Well, I did think.
I know. People
Dang. His phone went down below 25%. Ugh.
Thanks, sir. I like this tattoo.
Yes, what now?
Has Angel Street been
Okay.
My license hadn't been reviewed yet.
How long you been with Chester?
It's-
Almost 10 years.
I was going to say you have to be a lieutenant.
Yeah, it took me a little time to move up, but here I
Sure
am.
did. Thank you for your service, guys. We appreciate that.
I lost my brother. He used to be director over at Conway Parish.
Oh, really?
Jim Greer.
I'm familiar with it. I'm not from Gibson County.
I'm not from Gibson County. That's what he said. I'm not from Gibson County.
Yeah, but he worked in Gibson County.
Cool one.
Hi, Peanut.
What kind of canine do y'all have? Shepherds? Yeah, we got shepherds.
Are you familiar with that? My dad lives
Yeah, they're beautiful. We love shepherds.
Who
Who is Mr. Long?
Oh my God, no.
What was she doing on Hunter?
I might if I see you.
Gonna braid his hair? Yeah. It looks good pulled back like that.
Oh. You know, I didn't know he'd moved around like that behind me like that. Of course, I wasn't.
He done told them that they had to get out, and she did. And the day was supposed to be their last day, Benny did.
He'll have to go through the court to do it. You can't just tell somebody to get out.
Yeah, that's what I was
Doesn't
Get out.
that way and say,
See, she done got out once and then come back. They come here and loaded all loaded all their stuff yesterday.
all that's irrelevant.
Supposed to be moving.
All that's irrelevant. I'm sorry, sir.
Get out.
Well, you tell him, Benny.
well, I'm going to go talk to Mr. Bennett. I'm going to go see if I can find him. Make contact with him. And then we'll explain to him what needs to take place, okay? But for the time being, none of y'all live
Silver
here.
matter, you can't
Okay.
get involved in that.
She's
Remember?
living here right now, okay? So all of this is civil.
But she ain't even on the lease.
Hang on. It doesn't matter. She has taken up residency in this establishment here.
Establishment. Like it was a bar or
No,
something.
you can get your stuff. That's fine. That's fine. But how much stuff do you have in there?
2 bags of clothes, crossbow if it's still in there.
What I'm asking is, can you load it up and take it with you, or are you gonna have to have a trailer? I don't know what he's got.
Well, see, the deep freezers that's supposed to be in that house right there is mine, and I was gonna get them. I got stuff. I got a process. I got my stuff that I process deer with and everything else like that.
Okay, so you got quite a bit of things.
My focus that was right there on the porch this visit.
If he can get his crossbow and his clothes.
Wonder why that cop was grunting like that for?
I can talk to them right quick, and we might
One of y'all go in there with him.
You got my TV in there. My TV's in there.
Dad, if she just gives it, it's a silver.
Yeah.
Silver matter. How does it silver matter when I was living there by George and I had moved out there?
We can't stay out here all day for you to load everything up, but if they're willing to let you get some clothes,
Get your ass home down the road then.
get some clothes.
They'll go in there with you. They're not going to allow nobody.
As far as all the other stuff, none of us out here can say what was here, wasn't, what wasn't here, whatever. We've never been here before. So, but I'm gonna try to get in contact with Mr. Bennett. But until then, she can't be kicked out by y'all. She can't be kicked out by Mr. Bennett. It has to go before the court. Okay, has to go before civil court. And he'll have to go through the proper eviction.
She can be kicked out.
Even though she doesn't move herself out.
It doesn't matter. She's still here.
You heard what that judge
Not all
told
of her
me
stuff
that day,
is
didn't
gone.
you?
She did say she took a few things out of here and put in storage, but she's still living here. That's just
Yeah,
the way
that's
the
true,
law
Rob.
works, okay? So for the time being, if you don't live here, y'all
Can
don't.
I file a report with y'all?
Hang on just a second. Let me finish. For the time being, don't come back, okay?
Well, I wouldn't.
Okay, just right now, this is her place, okay? Because she lives here. So y'all need to take her to court. Go to Trenton, okay? Not today, obviously Monday. What you got going on? Okay. We'll be notified of the court date as well. All right. So we just have to do it all that way. We don't know what's yours. We don't know what's hers. We don't know what's anybody's. So.
She's a felon because she ain't supposed to be in possession of a firearm.
That's irrelevant.
That's all.
That's
all that
irrelevant.
matters. I mean, we're here for the.
Her being a convicted felon around a firearm is irrelevant, guys.
Let me go try to
walk around a
talk to
convicted
Mr.
felon
Bennett.
with a firearm.
I'll go knock on the door again, see if you can get your clothes right quick, okay?
It's irrelevant. Mm-mm.
She done exactly what I said she was going to do, didn't I? She done exactly what I told you to do. I knew that already.
Yeah, she didn't even put my clothes in them bags.
No.
But be nice about it.
But be nice about it. We told you all to go get your clothes and that.
Who's not going to be unnice to you? She wasn't out there anyway.
I know it, right?
Hey, Nate, Nikki, come give me a hand, please. No, just my daughter. I can't lift that heavy. I've got to.
I'll take whoever the hell I want to back there. Fuck
She
you.
helps pick me up.
Go fuck yourself.
Yes, sir. I'm the only one that can lift heavy stuff.
She's the only one wanting that.
Can lift heavy stuff. Nikki.
Smoke like damn freight trains.
Smoke like damn freight trains.
It's awful. This place is so nasty.
This place is so nasty.
Are you kin to them? Y'all kin?
Hey, it's our place.
Is there any possibility that this gentleman, the one wearing the hat, yeah? Where'd you lose your voice?
Who was talking to you?
Mary and Janice.
David Greer. David Greer had dementia. He had early dementia or Alzheimer's or just forget stuff frequently. Okay. So,
What was he saying about
what
me?
happened?
He was wanting to know if you had Alzheimer's or whatever.
Why don't you say I had Alzheimer's?
No, that's what he wanted to know. Well, yeah, Sabrina did.
What, that's where I've been living for the last 6 or 7 years? I got most of it.
Stupid commercials.
Oh, yeah. Even with you sitting there.
Who's that kept on his hand and putting it in the middle of the camera there?
That was the damn.
Other
That's the.
officer standing back there?
That was the butt. That's this cop that's wearing the body cam. He was trying to talk with another cop, I guess.
Was that when he told him that they had another call?
I don't know.
So freaking nasty.
So freaking nasty.
She did it. Her place, remember?
See how people can live like this.
Don't see how people can live like this.
Oh my God, yeah.
What is that smell?
What is that smell?
And then that had that projector screen ones. Oh yeah, I had one of those.
It took about 3 people to move it.
Cool one.
What if they throw her out then?
Probably not.
He told him she didn't live
You
there.
have to understand from my dad's point of view, he's 73, he just turned 73 years old. And then the way her doing him this way is just, it's upsetting. I'm sure y'all dealing with a lot of they don't understand all the laws and stuff.
Yeah. You know, it's a little different. You gotta.
Where's the dog at?
Civil court, so they kind of tie our hands with that.
Where's the
Well, that's
dog
why I
at?
just said I'd like a report.
The dogs are in the
That way
house.
we can come down and everything.
Where's the dog?
They're in the house.
They're in the house.
I just stepped in it though.
You sure don't bring it over here.
I ain't bringing it over to you.
No, I'm talking to him.
I was hoping you'd let me wipe it on your pants.
He don't want to smell like dog shit all day long.
Mm.
I don't want to get it in my car.
That's probably what I've been smelling down there.
Is that what he said?
No, he said he didn't want to bring it in his car.
I gotta go down here, man. I can't take it smell.
Can't take that smell. That poor baby.
She lives there. No electricity, no water.
Well, she did. She don't now.
This is awful.
I know why you walked back that way.
No, she broke the lock off the thing there. Still had water there when we got that.
Oh, okay. It's heavy, ain't it?
The hell?
Them vests got to be heavy, ain't they?
Yeah. We can
How
have.
hard is it to run with those on?
I can run a mile.
I can
No
run a
trouble for
mile.
me.
Chris wasn't getting no mail there. He didn't have no reason to be there.
That's nice since we've got this set up. We used to have a different vest. Now everything's just right here with us. It used to be on our belts and stuff,
Oh,
but
man. Yeah.
now we've got our radios and
Everything's up front.
you know
That's cool.
everybody's different. You know, they have theirs set up different ways.
Yeah, because his is on the left-hand side, his magazines,
Yeah.
and yours is on the right.
Yeah, just however way you feel good. You know,
Yeah.
I can.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Yep. Okay, where's your pistol? Oh, yours is on the side. Okay.
In the holster.
Yeah. Well,
8 Central. Is he
that's
still
his
10-6
taser.
at the jail?
That's his taser gun.
No, I don't
Where's
have
yours?
one. I don't have one.
And why'd you get cheated?
I've got these.
Okay, that'll work. Hey, hey, yeah, you're old school, aren't you?
Temple.
Only if I have to be.
I've been in that.
But it's one of them. Fuck around and find out. Exactly. Is what we call AFO. Yep.
They drove way
Cool the way it's set up.
Went up there.
Yeah, because I remember you guys having to wear it all on your waist. I bet you that was heavy too, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, that truck right there, top heavy, ain't it? Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awful if something flew off. Because it's gonna be a thing. Yeah. Well, that was the best I could do for right now.
Yeah, I was back there with Chad, but I couldn't take that smell.
I'm
It was
still
awful.
gotta get our names put on the windows. Yeah.
Here,
I was
Mama.
about to throw it.
These are his pillows.
I would be mad as hell if I had to live next to this shit.
Okay.
I'd have a 30-foot wall.
He's got a bunch of cans. Yeah, that fit right on the leg.
Well, y'all need to wrap it up.
Yeah. Beat to DD. Yeah, I'm live. We're what? Going over Paul's Deputy Paul's fucking body cam footage.
Still ain't fucking package. I can't do it, baby. I know, me too. I'm stopping your daughters. Talking kind of scene.
See what I got today?
Oh, yeah. Your daughter's worse than me. When I say Alyssa's worse than me, remember that Kelly girl? She was a bitch for?
Yeah.
That's what changed the scene. But you know what? I love her attitude. She would fuck off and listen to it. Don't listen, she's a bitch.
All right, last lay down.
Back down the step there. Come out the back door. Walk there.
Do I have to go up there?
All right, we're live. Don't be
Of my guns being stolen, my tools and stuff?
Do you have the serial numbers for your weapons?
I do. I ain't got it with me, but I got them. Well, I know.
Yeah, we got all that stuff. That report done really well.
Assume that she stole anything.
It wouldn't come to me.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I got milk in the car. I gotta go, man.
You got meth in the car.
Milk.
You got meth in your car.
Before this.
Where she's from.
Here's a unique way people are earning with Amazon in 2025.
I said, damn, I knew that attitude was familiar. She's got a terrorist charge on her. because that involved one of her kids.
That was funny. You got meth in the car.
That is fucked up.
That's what the damn lieutenant asked him, if he had meth in the car.
Yeah. I swear it sounded like he said meth again instead of milk.
Yeah. Get out, Smokey. Hand me one of those teas over there.
Too bad they didn't have a dog with them.
Yeah.
Those some bitch went like crazy.
Well, they don't care. They didn't care after.
Exactly.
It's a case of they didn't give a shit.
It's not a case of
Oh.
who you're sucking, it's a case of who you fucking.
Remember, I told you the other sheriff was crooked too before Paul Thomas.
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, I told you he was indicted on 113 counts. So guess what the final resolution on that was? I just found out today.
Slap on the wrist.
Oh, a big slap on the wrist. He was convicted on 113 felonies and got probation. Probation.
On felony charges.
Probation. Never seen a day in jail.
I want to know how the fuck that's possible. On felony charges.
So you kind of understand why the current sheriff is not really concerned about any fucking thing.
No.
Exactly.
He's only facing 22 felonies.
There you go.
Well, maybe in Gibson County, but he is facing 2 in Davidson County.
They will hang his ass there. I guarantee you.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, necessarily.
Oh, I don't know. I seen a cop from Davidson County off duty beat the shit out of a man in the street. They didn't do a damn thing to him.
Yep. There's more crookedness in Davidson County than what you think.
Well, he lived there though. Paul Thomas don't.
Well, he may know somebody. You never know. All these cops are sucking it easy somewhere.
Remember, it's not who you fucking, it's who you sucking. If you ain't got on your knees playing Bitty Pop Bing, you're not. They'll throw the book at you.
Man, I'll tell you what. But I found out when that other sheriff was charged with all those felonies and everything, they let him out on a $10,000 bond. 118 felonies, and they let him out on a fucking $10,000 bond.
That's a big crack of shit.
And then he gets probation.
Yeah.
Well, he was still sheriff until Paul Thomas got in there. Even after being.
And Paul Thomas, get this. Here's the irony of that. Paul Thomas is the one that snitched on him.
Yeah. Yeah, he was working for Drug Task Force then.
Paul Thomas is the one that had him audited because he didn't want to get in trouble for no discrepancies. But fast forward to now, and who's in trouble?
Right.
For basically the same fucking thing.
They talk about throwing somebody in the bus to get the eye off you. Because that's exactly what happened.
He got it. Paul Thomas got him off so he could do dealing more.
Guys, I can't stay. I wanted to come down and bring that dad and tell you thank you.
Yeah.
I gotta get home cooked dinner. Kimber tried so hard to really broke her fucking arm. She just can't do it. And that girl's got aches and pains where she forgot about having aches and pains.
Did you finally get your card?
And I feel like I've been running like a scalded dog since.
Oh, did you get it today?
No, I got it the other day. And I've not stopped running since. I said, goddamn. Slow down. You're killing me. It's pretty bad, bite. 4:30, I'm ready to go home, climb in bed and get fucking do it.
Excuse me. I gotta get through there.
Yeah.
Oh, going through there.
Yeah, take your
Okay.
coffee pot downstairs. That way you can get it.
Yes.
I'm going to.
Yeah, go get set your coffee pot up.
So
Let me know how it works.
we went out today and everything went down and we found a yard sale, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful place down in Evo and everything.
Oh my God.
It was a very beautiful place.
It's like one you see on TV.
So while I was there, the lady had a video camera and a tripod, and it was set. The camera was sitting on the tripod, and she's like, "Well, I can't find the cord for it. I don't know if the video camera still works or whatever, and that and this and that and everything." And the tripod looked like it was brand new.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She said, "Is $20 too much?" I said, "Hell no." I gave her $20 for it. The camera works and everything. Now, if I had went and bought the same tripod, at the time I paid taxes and everything, it'd been $35. The camera new is $100. So for $20,
Oh yeah.
look.
Well, yeah. Those are good ones.
So for $20, I mean, hell. And then I gave 10 for this with everything in it.
Damn. Oh, I know them are bad little son of bitches. It's got some good man.
Yeah, it's going to come in real handy. Cat got the Mary's tongue.
Hell yeah.
Cat got your tongue, honey?
Huh?
Rob said, has a cat got your tongue? She said, hi, Rob. No. No, Leia.
Well, you need to talk to Doc Jackson a minute later.
Oh.
You check.
And then I bought those over there. Turn around, look right up there. Look at those. I bought those. Pick that one up over there and twist the top.
Okay. See what it did. Wait a minute, why is it not lighting up?
Because the battery's dead.
That's my man.
Grab that one over there and twist the top.
Get off my foot.
Move, Leia. Leia.
Oh, that's lined up. Too bad that one didn't have a light in it, too.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians.
That's an old tune.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all, I can't stay very long. Better get that shit done. Trying to get scared to get his fucking laundry done so I can get mine washed.
Right.
Then he starts giving me this electrical shit. I said, no, nigga, that don't work. I said, it might be your electric, but it's my washer and dryer. I said, so that's money out of my pocket. No, it's not that. Come on, Daddy says that bullshit. I paid for them.
Leah was comfy on her foot, though. Yeah. Yeah, she was comfy on the foot.
Yeah, and if I'd have used that, my foot down, her Charlie would have sat on it.
Yeah. Yeah, Charlie's bigger, though, than Leia. He's
twice her size.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, stop it at me.
I actually come up here to ask you something, but I seen you done took your regular clothes off. Won't you carry me down to the dollar store? These things are busting if I don't wrap them up with some gauze or something. I've got bandages, but I ain't got no gauze to put around
Wait a
them.
minute, let's start busting again. I don't like how red that is.
And I got some money. I got money.
When was that last check?
Huh?
He was just at the wound care. Wednesday or Thursday.
Look at it.
Yeah.
If I'd got my wrap.
Raise your band light.
Them done busted bled. Over here is big blister.
He's got a blister started on that one side. Yep. You need to go have that fucker checked. Because I don't like the way that looks. That's starting to look like it did before.
Huh?
That leg is looking like it did before.
Yeah.
I don't know why it keeps doing that.
My leg.
Yeah.
He's got something else going on.
He had to do something wrong. The doctor done the surgery because my other leg ain't doing that.
Well, you might need to go back.
Don't we have something we can wrap his leg with?
I don't know where it's at right now. I can't keep up with that shit with everybody needing it.
Or it'll probably be all right till in the morning.
I know we got some somewhere.
Can I make a suggestion? If he feels all right tomorrow, take his ass to the yard and have him check that fucking leg before something bad happens.
Yeah.
Because there's a blister on the side of it that I just seen.
Did Nikki leave with him?
Yeah, she went for a little while anyway.
Jesus Christ.
And his fucking leg wasn't that big the other day.
What was it?
That one there on top where you saw it bloody, that one busted. That's what happened to it.
Yeah, but you got one on the side.
Yeah, I got a big one, on the side.
Yeah, big right there on the side. Stop busting. And that's the same shit that happened before.
Need some medicine put on it. It needs some ointment and then wrapped.
But you look how big his fucking leg is. Them coverall band legs are almost too tight on that leg. That's not normal. Because what was it? 4 days ago, we were talking about his legs had went down.
But he hasn't been putting them up either.
And he's wearing his shoes all the damn time.
Yeah.
No, sir.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. Harley was telling me about that this morning. And I was like, what?
That's going to do more damage to you than good. Put your fucking legs up. And
There's
stop
no
wearing your
fucking
goddamn
excuse
shoes.
why you can't.
Could take a clean towel and wrap around it until tomorrow, so he can go down there and get me some gauze. Somebody drive me down there or something. I could drive myself.
No.
No, you're not.
No.
I'm going to rip your goddamn feet off, you silly ass.
Dug your claws right into his side.
Seriously?
Then she gets up there and sticks her fucking tail in Mom's face. Just All that just to make one loop.
Yeah. He does shit like that all the time.
Get shithead.
Crazy.
You go down there and give me something, they say, I'll give you the money if you'll just drive down there and get some. Can you?
What all you need?
I just need some galls. A roll of
You
galls.
need more than galls.
Yeah, you need some ointment on it.
You need
Well, I've
more
got
than galls.
ointment.
Oh, you got all that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've got that.
Actually,
He needs like an ace bandage, something that's not going.
I've got 8 bandages.
You've got
In there
ace
in my bag.
bandages. I'm trying to think, because I think I got cause of doubts. Rolls.
Ow!
And I'm talking rolls.
Yeah, definitely needs something that's not going to stick to it though.
Let me run the miles, because I think I've got
That's really wrapping that ace bandage. I mean, in the galls first.
But what we're saying is, it can't stick to the hide. If it sticks to your hide, you gotta take it off. It's gonna peel it off.
Yep.
Then you're gonna be in 3 times the trouble that you're in now.
Well, I've got a wrap that I can put on.
You need to be wearing shorts to let
I've
the
got one of
lights
those
play.
Velcro wraps that I can put on.
Look out.
You know
Move
what I'm
it.
saying?
But I didn't want to put it on the bare skin like that.
No.
He needs some. He needs to be wearing a pair of shorts in the evening time. Because if he's just sitting down there, it sweats.
Move, Leia.
Jeans.
Charlie.
That's what the problem is. It's sweating.
He's sweating, and I think it's burning him.
Yeah, and it just started that.
That almost looks like a burn to me. Like
It ain't though. It's
from his skin, from his sweat. Let me run to my house.
Okay.
Because I know if there's somewhere I've got some rolls of gauze.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, you're hearing us talk about Dad's legs. Sorry, we're and that he needs it. It needs to be wrapped and stuff. So. Oh. So I guess I'll have to keep an eye on that. If it gets too bad, I'll have to run into the emergency room. That's what happened last time. He got severe infection in his legs, in that one leg. Eventually, if they don't get that leg better, I think what they're going to have to do is just amputate it and all that stuff. Oh. Seems like if it ain't one thing, it's 100. You know, like his wound care doctor and stuff like that, they need to have like a number where you can call them all the time and ask what to do. You know, somebody that deals with that stuff all the time. Because I don't really know. Yeah. Wash it down with some antibacterial soap really good. And that. Uh, mm. I've got some antibacterial soap and stuff in that. I'll wash it down really good for him. And then we'll put some medicine on it and wrap it and see how it looks in the morning. Crazy how that stuff works like that. Fat cat. The fat cat. Yeah, that's nuts. I don't know. I don't know why his legs does that. Ever since he's had that surgery, that shit happens. It's crazy. Crazy how that shit works. Damn. I don't know what to do that other than, like I said, just you know, wash it down really good and shit, and yeah. That's about it. Well. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this little live and everything. Wanted to do this little thing and just show y'all some stuff and that. And hopefully everybody had fun with it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we definitely keep an eye on him and everything. Watch it really close and that. If it don't look better in the morning, like I said, after I wash it down with some antibacterial soap and stuff and put this ointment and stuff on it and wrap it. If it don't look better for him in the morning, I'll take him over to the emergency room. Of course, they're probably not going to do much more than that themselves, other than maybe put him in the hospital and run him through some round of antibiotics. That's what happened to him last time. He got an infection in his leg really bad. There has to be something that keeps causing that. I don't know what keeps causing that infection like that. That don't make no sense. Hmm. Yeah, that's true, Rob. Well, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if his is just poor circulation or what the hell, you know. Of course, him not putting his legs up like he's supposed to don't help none either. And that's why you just heard Mary and us get onto him. And that can't be doing that shit. Hell, even I have to put my legs up or they swell if I don't. especially if I drive like long periods or something like that, make long trips. My feet swell and everything else. Damn. That's crazy. Of course, they told him he had some heart problems and stuff too. That don't help none, Yeah, it's not good when you get sores like that and everything. How? Did he go down there and put his feet up? Take them damn shoes off. Mary just went down there and got on his ass. Take them damn shoes off and put your feet up. Have we got some antibacterial soap here?
I don't know. I had a bottle of it, but I don't know where it went. I had it sitting on the bathroom sink.
Yeah.
And it's gone. All the antibacterial stuff that I had just disappeared.
Nothing else, we'll take some of those wipes and wipe it down really good. And shit. And then we'll put some dampen it and then put the medicine on it. What it is, he's not wearing those. He didn't have no bandages, and he's wearing those pants, and it's irritating.
Yeah.
God dang it, Peanut! Stop. See, and that's what he does. That's what he done last time. He waits till by God, it gets bad like that, and then he tells somebody. He can't be doing that shit. If he said something earlier when I was out, I'd have got all that shit for him.
Yeah.
That shit's frustrating.
Yes, it is.
We're not mad at him, guys. Don't take it that we're upset with him. It's just when when shit's going on, you need to tell somebody. You can't make sure that you stay healthy if you don't tell somebody. Plumber approved. Yeah, right. It's not treats, Peanut. It didn't stick. Peanut butter. How cute.
I'm gonna put these down in the bathroom and over here.
Uh-huh.
I know that's the one behind up here.
Mm-hmm. It's good to have them.
Yes.
Mm. Mm. Well, shoot far. Save matches. Mm. Mm. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to get off of here. And I'll keep y'all updated. I know he is. He's definitely an honorary cuss. I'm going to get off here and see if I can get that shit taken care of and everything. I'll update y'all in the morning sometime. Just say a little prayer, get some positive vibes, and let's catch you next time.
He's been cleaning his ass. But this